The archaeological expedition to Kepler 442b had been underway for 3 standard months when they found it. The door stood in the heart of a dead city, carved from a single piece of obsidian-like material that reflected no light and absorbed all scans. 17 different alien species had tried to open it over the past 2 centuries. None had succeeded. Dr. Lewis Carter wiped the sweat from his brow as he studied the xenoglyphics surrounding the entrance. The symbols were old, older than any known civilization in the explored galaxy. The Valorians, with their 1,000-year history of conquest, had declared the door impossible. The crystalline eth core, who could phase through solid matter, couldn't penetrate it. Even the energy-based lumens had failed. "These readings don't make sense," Anna Reeves muttered, her fingers dancing across her portable scanner. At 23, she was the youngest member of the expedition, a xenoarchaeologist fresh from Earth's Luna Academy. Her dark hair was pulled back in a practical bun, and her hazel eyes narrowed as she analyzed the data. "Lewis, look at this. The door isn't just sealed, it's waiting." Lewis joined her, his experienced gaze falling on her screen. "Waiting for what?" "I don't know. But there's a low-frequency resonance pattern. It's almost like a heartbeat." Behind them, the expedition's alien members worked at a respectful distance. Crixtal, the Valorian commander whose carapace gleamed purple under the alien sun, approached with heavy steps. His 4 eyes regarded the humans with barely concealed skepticism. "Your species wastes time," he clicked in his native tongue, the translator earpiece converting his words to English. "We have excavated this site for 6 cycles. The ancients left nothing but mysteries and locked doors. Move to the southern quadrant where actual artifacts can be recovered." Anna didn't look up from her scanner. "The ancients left a puzzle, Commander, and humanity has always been good at solving puzzles." Crixtal's mandibles twitched in what might have been amusement or disdain. 57 species have tried, human. What makes you special?" "Stubbornness," Lewis replied with a slight smile. "We're very, very stubborn." As the Valorian commander stomped away, Anna continued her analysis. The resonance pattern grew stronger as she approached the door. Her scanner began displaying symbols she'd never seen before. Not in the xenoglyphic database, not in any known language. "Lewis, I think it's responding to proximity." She took a step closer. The symbols on her screen multiplied. "Be careful," Lewis warned, but there was excitement in his voice too. This was why they'd come to the stars, for moments like this when the unknown revealed its secrets. Anna stood before the massive door, barely reaching halfway up its height. The surface was perfectly smooth, impossibly flawless. She could see her reflection in it, distorted and strange. Behind her reflection, she thought she saw movement, shadows that shouldn't exist in such perfect darkness. "I'm going to touch it," she announced. "Anna." "Wait," Lewis started, but she had already reached out. The moment her fingertips made contact with the surface, everything changed. The door blazed with light, not the harsh white of human technology or the blue luminescence of Valorian power cells, but a warm, golden radiance that seemed to emanate from within the material itself. The symbols around the entrance began to glow one by one in a cascade of activation. Anna gasped as a sensation flooded through her: recognition, welcome, and something deeper. Memories that weren't hers flickered at the edges of her consciousness. She saw vast cities of golden spires, ships that sailed between dimensions, beings of incredible grace and power working alongside. Humans? No, not quite humans, but something ancestral, something fundamental. The door spoke. Not in sound, but directly into her mind, in a language that predated words. Yet somehow Anna understood perfectly. Around her, the translation devices of every alien species began to broadcast the same message. "Welcome back, Master. This one has awaited your return." Crixtal's roar of shock echoed across the dig site. Aliens came running from every direction, their various forms of movement scuttling, floating, lumbering, converging on the impossible site. The massive door, sealed for millennia, began to split down the middle, ancient mechanisms untouched by time activated with perfect precision. As the doors swung inward, cool air rushed out, carrying the scent of ozone and something indefinably ancient. Lewis grabbed Anna's shoulder, his face pale. "What did you do? What did it call you?" Anna's hand was still pressed against the door, trembling. I don't know, but I feel it, Lewis. Recognition, like coming home to a place I've never been." The Athkor scientist, a crystalline being named Sheereth, floated forward, her body resonating with agitation. Impossible. We tested every genetic marker, every known species signature. Humans are too young, too primitive. You have no connection to the ancients. Maybe we do, Anna whispered, her eyes fixed on the darkness beyond the opening doors. Or maybe the ancients weren't so different from us after all. Images continued to flood her mind through the contact with the door. She saw the ancients, beings who looked remarkably human in their basic form, though taller, more refined. They had seeded the galaxy with life with potential, and then they had vanished, leaving behind locks and keys scattered across 1,000, worlds keys coded to one specific genetic signature, a signature that had taken millions of years to re-emerge through natural evolution. Human DNA. The ancients were our ancestors. Lewis breathed, understanding dawning. Or were theirs. The genetic probability of... Not probability, Anna interrupted, finally pulling her hand away from the door. She turned to face the assembled aliens, all of whom had devoted careers to studying the ancients, to unlocking their secrets. Certainty. They planned for this. They left the galaxy in trust, waiting for their inheritors to evolve and return. Krixtal's 4 eyes fixed on her with an unreadable expression. And those inheritors are humans? Anna looked back at the open doorway, at the golden light spilling from within, illuminating treasures and knowledge beyond measure. She thought of Earth, young, chaotic, still learning to walk among the stars. She thought of humanity's endless curiosity, its stubborn refusal to accept limits. Yes, she said simply, the universe was waiting for us to grow up and come home. End.